Hello, 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 village. I wanted to know how many of you heard about this story. I am in disbelief, so I'm just going to jump right into this. Uh, from my sources, I've been kind of visiting Twitter, and some blogs and some news um, stations online to try to keep up with all of the stories that we report here on Twanna Y'vette Speaks. And this popped up a few minutes ago. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. It says Dallas man kills wife and two kids for being too loud, police say. I I cannot even somebody said on Tim Norman's update that mental illness is so real. We're just going to jump right into this and see what this article says. This is a first impression. I just saw the title and I had to come to you guys with it to see had you guys heard about this and what your thoughts were, because this is unbelievable. It says he was tired of all three of the victims yelling and telling him that there was nothing wrong with him, so he shot them, the affidavit states. A Texas man told police he killed his wife and two children because they were being too loud. James Lee Webb, 57, was charged with murder after calling 911 on Monday morning to report he shot his wife, Victoria Y'vette, and her two teenage sons, ages 16 and 13. Unbelievable. According to his arrest affidavit, Webb told Dallas PD he woke up with his wife at 10 a.m. and began arguing because he had a headache and she and the two children were being too loud. Are you insane? That is crazy. Oh my God. He then pulled out a handgun and shot her twice, killing her before shooting and killing both teens. So you're telling me because you woke up with a headache and your family was being too loud, you murdered everybody? I mean, okay. He then waited for an hour before calling 911 to report what he did. Police arrived at the apartment on John West Road and arrested him, where he agreed to be interviewed without a lawyer. The suspect stated that he was tired of all three of the victims yelling and telling him that there was nothing wrong with him, so he shot them. Deputy Chief Ruben Ramirez confirmed at a press conference that the gun was found at the scene, as well as multiple shell casings, and that investigators were not seeking any other suspects. Webb has been charged with capital murder. I'm sure he has. That is unheard of, unspeakable. I I can't even. I am not finding a picture, but I will leave the link to this story because there is a video on the screen. Of course, I can't play it because it's not my video. YouTube is like cracking down on this stuff, so I'm sorry, but I will leave the link in the description box so you guys can follow up with the story. I am just completely and utterly mortified. There are other stories um, that pair on this same page. Teenage girl who hacked Uber driver to death with a machete sentenced to 27 years. Unreal. I mean, and then you come down here and there's landlord charged with murder of couple found dismembered in suitcases in a TikTok video. These are the reasons why TikTok is under fire right now because of stuff like this. And that the media could actually go and get footage of this on TikTok lets me further know that nobody that works with TikTok was even interested in pulling this. So I am going to I'm going to click on this story so you guys can take a look at this, take a listen. This is unbelievable. I kid you not. I'm going to go ahead and share this. I'm just you guys, there is so much going on in the world. There is so much. And I just, every time, I look to cover a story, I'm just in complete and utter disbelief. I can't even believe some of the stuff that I read, some of the stuff that I hear. And it just, I'm glad that I'm able to share this kind of stuff with you guys. It keeps some of you guys informed. If you're like me, I don't really like to watch news, like 3148 eyewitness news and all that. I'm not that type of person, but I do want to stay in the know. And sometimes I, like you guys, will look up, my favorite YouTuber and see what they're talking about and see what needs to be in the forefront. But this is absolutely insane. And this is my first time, hearing about this. So this is like a real reaction. This one says landlord charged with murder of couple found dismembered in suitcase in a TikTok video, you guys. A group of teens filmed the moment they found the bodies washed up on a Seattle shore in June. So, a 62-year-old man has been charged in the killing of a young Washington couple. So, Michael Lee Dudley, who was the couple's landlord, was charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. So, he is being held on a $5 million bail in Seattle, and the Seattle Times reported this. It says the families of 36-year-old Jessica Lewis and her boyfriend of 8 years, Austin Weiner, 27, confirmed the couple had been renting a room in Dudley's home on uh, on the boulevard in Buren. Um, an exact motive was not confirmed, but prosecutors believe Dudley was angry with Weiner over unpaid rent and for bringing potential criminal activity to the home, according to the charging documents. That is insane. That does not warrant murder. You can have a talk with these people, you can evict them, but really? Like, when I tell you these people are snapping out here, like, I take all precautions. Like, I don't care. I'm not trying to get on anybody's bad side. Thank God I don't rent from anybody. This is insane. Let's keep reading. So, the family members told police that the couple had recently been attacked and beaten by a group of men who showed up at Dudley's home carrying guns. Okay. An incredible statement from a witness claims she moved into Dudley's home on June 9th, the very day she believes the couple were murdered. So she said, as Dudley helped her move her belongings in, she noticed his glasses were broken and his face was scratched. She told police that after taking a shower, she opened the door to her new bedroom and saw heaps of clothing in the middle of the floor and a hand sticking out from underneath. Oh my God. She said Dudley told her later that night that he needed to clean up the mess and asked if he could take her somewhere else. She saw him laying out large sheets of plastic in the basement. Holy moly. When she asked him about it, he told her, let's put it this way. His gun misfired and mine didn't, the police report states. So, detectives finally obtained a search warrant, which was only served last week. In the room where the couple had been staying, they found bullet holes and spent casings and blood. Unbelievable. I am in totally shock. I'm reading this and I'm in total shock. While they were searching the home, neighbors told them that they called 911 on June 9th after hearing gunfire and yelling. So Buren officers had responded that night but left the residence a short time later when nobody answered the door, the police report admits. When questioned about his tenant's murder, Dudley denied any involvement but could not explain the bullets or the bullet holes. So he was arrested last Wednesday, charged on Monday, and is due to be arraigned on September 8th. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Like, this is crazy. That is unbelievable. I mean, like I don't really know what to say. I'm like, you couldn't have a conversation? You couldn't have a conversation with these people. You just literally lost your mind. Like that's crazy on every level. Like on every level, I can't even. I'm gonna go on to the next story. I've got one more story here that I want to share with you guys, and I'm gonna pull the picture up for that. I'm just shocked. Like I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but some of the things that people do, it just stuns me. All right, the next story is the teenage girl who hacked Uber driver to death with a machete. She was sentenced to 27 years. Can you believe it? She was just 16 at the time of the unprovoked attack. Wow. A Chicago teenager has been sentenced to 27 years in prison after she hacked her Uber driver to death. Eliza Wansi was just 16 years old when she killed Grant Nelson in an unprovoked attack after he picked her up in the early hours of May 20th, 2017. It was the third Uber ride she had taken that morning, according to police. She had just stolen the knife and machete she would use in the 3:30 a.m. attack from a nearby Walmart. Wow. 2 minutes into the journey, she suddenly began slashing and stabbing the 34-year-old from the back seat who attempted to flee from the car. In the original hearing, prosecutors described how he frantically ran, bleeding into the lobby of a nearby condominium building, pressing buzzers and yelling, help me, I'm going to die." He later died of his injuries at hospital. According to prosecutors, Wansi tried to drive off in his car but crashed into a median before fleeing on foot. When police arrived, she was still clutching the two murder weapons. I am just, why? I Anyway, when she refused to drop them after being commanded to several times, officers tased her, and that report was from ABC 7. Following the trail of blood, police found Nelson suffering from multiple stab wounds. I could imagine. He was able to tell them he had been attacked by his passenger, a white female juvenile, before he died. Using the Uber app on the victim's phone, they found Elisa was his last passenger. Wanzi, now 19, she's 19 years old, um, was charged as an adult. So she was sentenced on Monday after pleading guilty to first degree murder. Now, this is a recent story. I just want to let you guys know the crimes may have been committed, way back, but the stories are recent. And I'm I don't even know what to say. Like I literally don't even know what to say. Every time you turn on the TV or you turn on your computer or you look on your phone, there is some absolutely crazy story of people doing unspeakable things, and it's just, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand at all. This is ridiculous. All right, guys, let me know if you've heard about any of these stories. Just I am so shocked right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, wow. You never know what is going through somebody's mind. You never know, a person's temperament. You never know what a person, could have been going through that day and how they're going to react to, whatever. I mean, the mind wonders, you know, what could this girl possibly have been thinking about? And, what could that father and husband actually been thinking? You have a headache, so you decide to shoot your wife and your two teenage, like, I just, it's a bit much. It's too much. I can't even deal. I can't deal. But I did want to share these stories with you guys, especially the headliner, um, because that just stuck out to me. I was like, this is crazy. And I just want to let you guys know to be very careful out there. Be absolutely careful because you don't know. You don't know. I mean, obviously, an Uber driver can't be trusted, a landlord can't be trusted, a husband, a father can't be trusted. All three of these stories are wild to me. Like I'm in disbelief right now. But I am subscribed to all of my sources, so as soon as I get an update on any of these, I will let you know. I am almost certain that this teenage girl, she was already sentenced to 27 years, so I'm almost certain there won't be another update. She was tried as an adult, even though she was 16, so now she's 19. She is actually an adult, so they were able to charge her. So that's why the story is recent. The murder actually happened in 2017, but now that she's an adult, she was able to be sentenced. And so I'm pretty sure that's the end of that story. But as far as the other stories go, I'm definitely going to be keeping up with the Dallas man who murdered his family. God, like that's crazy. Um, and then the other family about the landlord. I definitely want to know what's going to happen with that. The thing with that story, and this is just my opinion, you guys. I'm just a commentator. I talk about stuff that's in the news, and I love to get you guys' opinion. But for me, I mean, that did it for me. The landlord, and he killed these people, and then he dismembered them, and then he actually put them in suitcases. And what was wrong with the people who actually put this stuff on TikTok? Did you know what was in the suitcase when you put this on TikTok? I mean, I'm not even kidding. As soon as she opened it, the smell was overwhelming. Why I don't know. If I see a random suitcase washed up on some rocks or something, the last thing I'm going to be thinking about is TikTok. I'm just saying. Knowing me, I won't even open it up. If I smell something, I may call 911 and not even touch it, but I'm definitely not going to be opening it up and, showing it on TikTok. That is absurd. Like that's literally crazy. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you have any, news, if you know these people or not. I know that's a long shot, but I have reported stories in the past and people would be like, that's a lady from my church, or that's, I know those people. Um, I don't have any updates on the pastor. I don't have any updates on the Tim Norman case. Not yet. And it'll probably be pretty quiet until they actually go to court and the trial starts. I've been checking up on everybody via social media. Everybody in the family is being kind of quiet. Monique, she was on vacation. I think that's Tim's cousin, and she's the light skinned lady, very pretty with the short haircut, and she helped him out for a while on the show. But she was a regular on the show, really, really close to Miss Robbie. Um, and she's been pretty active on social media, but not being very careful not to mention anything having to do with Tim and his actions or anything. So they're not voicing their opinions or their feelings on social media, which to me in my mind, that's really smart. It's really smart to just let's not talk about this, just all the family members be on the same page and just leave that alone as far as social media goes. In person, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't talk about it to anybody. If somebody asked me about it, I would just be like, the family is doing fine. We're coping, we're dealing. Um, and I think that's smart. I can't say enough how some people will put things in social media that I don't feel should be a part of social media. Sometimes I understand you feel like you can't help it, and everybody needs an outlet, but you have to be careful about what you share on social media. So, and just to let you guys know, upcoming, I am working on a story about TikTok. They've been under fire for things like this story, as well as some other, things that could be damaging to kids. There's a rumor circulating that TikTok is, going to be shut down in the United States. TikTok did not start in the United States. It actually started abroad, and I think one of the creators of TikTok is actually Asian, and so it started, with him, and it just happens to be really popular and for some people really fun. But then other people, even people in the beauty community, to look up to, have used TikTok to create blackface, and to they created TikTok to they created an account on TikTok to do blackface and to, mock people who have, passed away because of police brutality, and so forth and so on. And for that, just the topic of TikTok, I don't necessarily feel like, it should be banned in the United States. I just feel like the workers of TikTok should actually care enough to, search, because TikTok is huge. So you have thousands and thousands upon thousands of people all over the world on this platform, just like Facebook, just like Instagram, people from everywhere. And it takes a huge amount of people, in my mind, because Google is huge, right? It takes a huge amount of people to monitor what's going on and to be able to catch, everything. And I understand that sometimes computers, they have glitches and they may not catch everything, but that's where you have, your human workers there as backup to catch stuff. And when people report things, to take it seriously, because I know people have been like super upset, um because of, what's on social media. And we'll ask people to take this down, take that down. There are people on YouTube who sue, each other all the time for using, different, footage. Or I didn't want somebody to talk about my divorce, and I didn't want somebody to talk about this. And clearly, from everything that we've looked at today, um with the teenager, and then you've got the landlord. Like, these people are just, you know, going off the deep end, doing things that are absolutely insane. And it doesn't take all that, but you never know. Mental illness could be playing a part and a factor in this. But then again, you know some of these people, I feel like, and I won't say which ones, but some of these people, I feel like they knew what they were doing. Just reading the charges, and how it all came about. You kind of feel, you get the feeling like, oh, he was fed up anyway, or oh, she knew what she was doing. And like, some like, with the girl, I kind of feel like she was probably upset about something else, and she just, snapped, you know. And I don't know what that's like to just snap on somebody and want to, dismember somebody or chop them up, or, beat them uncontrollably. That's asinine. Like, that's ridiculous. So I don't know. You just have to be careful. You guys, stay safe, wear your mask, put on your gloves when you go pump gas. I had my gloves when I went to pump gas today. Use your hand sanitizer. Cuz this virus is like really serious. There's no cure. They may be working on it, but we don't work for the government. We don't work in the medical field. Some of us do, but when you're talking about science and research, so we don't really know what they're doing to get this under control, or even if there is a way to get it under control. But I want you guys to be safe, and above all else, stay prayed up and pray for other people, because as we've seen from today's stories, you never know what could happen moment from moment, or moment to moment. You just don't know. So, um, let's get a dialogue going, you guys. I will be live at least once a week to talk about the weekly recap and everything that we do throughout the week. So if you guys think that's a good idea and you want to go live so we can talk about some of the stories at the end of the week, leave it in the description. Um, and not the description, that's for me. Leave it down below in the comments, and let's create a dialogue. If you have seen these stories, if you have opinions about these stories, do share. I love talking with you guys. I love seeing you guys' opinion and you guys' input. And I love this platform because it gives everybody an opportunity to say how they feel. And that's just one of the huge things that I love about YouTube, is that we can build an amazing community of people, and we all get to voice our opinions. We all get to say how we feel. A lot of times when you're watching the news at home, you don't really get to voice your opinion. And I think a platform like this, was great. And I want to thank my village. I lovingly call my audience the Victory Village. You guys are my co-hosts, but I love that because I have, like I said before, I've gotten some really sweet messages, some really nice emails. Some of you send me, what I talk about and what I commentate on, and I love to hear that. So if you too, if you have something that you would like me to talk about, a story you would want me to cover, let me know, because this is, it's needed. It's fun. I love bringing awareness to certain topics, sharing, what I know. And I love commentating on news like this because some of this stuff just shocks me. you know, there are some times when, we have something great going on in the news, but this right here today, my God, it feels like a Monday. It's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday. Jesus. So when this goes up, you guys, it'll be Wednesday. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Check out some of my other channels. I'm doing some other things on my other channel. And if you need to get in contact with me, if you have a story to share, or anything you want us to talk about on the channel, click on the About section and email me, and I will be so happy to put your story on the list. So I'm going to get out of here and get some sleep so I can be bright eyed in the morning for you guys to get back to work again. But I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to everybody who started sending me stories in my email, I so appreciate you guys. I have the best audience, the best village on the planet. All right. I love you so much. Thank you so much. For those of you who are new, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our drama free community. And I will talk to you guys in another video. Thank you. Bye for now.